what I'm trying to say and understand, but I'm just saying that maybe you kind of got the message, because maybe you misunderstood what he was trying to tell you. Because I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, Michael. And one thing is that I know that you have a drug situation going on right now, so I thought just understandable given you were talking about your priorities and such. But it gave me a speak for thing. And apparently thought it was unnecessary fear. When all I was trying to do was understand what you were saying, and as it is right now, already in a horrible relationship with mother.
Go. That's how garbled he sounded.
Okay, just end this.
That's what I'm talking about. He sounded like that. I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Okay.
We both couldn't understand.
Neither.
Me and you.
Alright. Just look.
That's my proof. That we couldn't understand what he was saying.
Okay.
Now do you believe me?
I do believe you. I didn't say I didn't believe you.
Yeah, but now that you've heard it, that gives me extra credibility to what I've been trying to say all along.
I didn't say I didn't believe you, Mikey. I just said, can you just delete the recording? I want to ask you on the phone call, can you delete the recording so there be no more issues?
And the thing is, I couldn't do that since technically it wasn't on my phone in the first place.
Okay.
And it happened. This phone. Let's see. And for a stupid thing. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Size. Decrease. Demodify. For A. It happened August 14th.
August 14, 2016. Okay, that was before school's gonna start again. Okay, I can understand that. I hear you. What I was trying to tell you on the phone, can you just at least delete the recording?
And we refused to do so. I refused to do so simply because I forgot where I put it. So I'm going to delete where I don't know where it is.
But then you told me that Cam was the one who did the recording.
Yeah, because it was recorded on his phone. Because both our Samsung Galaxy phones both have a voice recorder.
Morning. Yeah, come on in.
But we can't use the voice recorder on the same phone that has a phone call. So I'll have to use the other phone in order to record the conversation sitting with the phone sitting next to the phone, physically. But I gave Cam permission to record it because we're like, dude, what is he saying? And I'm like, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, we'll get some time quick before he does it again. And then we did that, and then that's the result. Even when I try to clean up the audio, make it even a little bit more understandable, it still
By the way, the ones on his computer is the cleaned up one.
Yeah, that is the cleaned up one, and it still sounds garbled. So, one, there was a good reason it was there, so there was no need for him to get upset, especially when he never heard it and didn't really know what was in it. He just heard there was a recording. He didn't hear what was in it. I wasn't using this recording for personal gain or malicious intent. I'm not trying to sell anything.
All the phones from blackmail.
Or no blackmail. This was simply for personal use. And that only personal use was to understand what he was trying to say, or attempt to. So, legally, there was nothing wrong with that. We weren't going to do anything with the recording. Second, we weren't, according to the legal law, which I might as well pull up to show you.
Mikey,
We're gonna go all out. I might as well show you it.
we're not gonna get anything done now, are we? He wants to get all serious about this. I thought fresh start would be a new fresh start. No, he just wants to
No. The idea of a fresh start is ending loose ties. Or loose ends have to be tied up. And there are multiple loose ends that were left over from last year. And even this year. I might as well just do it on my phone.
You didn't expect this. Damn fun. Hello? Yeah? Going on today. I thought it was gonna make it short, make it sweet, play a game.
It's there right there. Texas wiretapping law. Texas wiretapping law is a one-party consent law. Texas makes it 100. In other words, I only need
You only one party to
right.
agree
In
to.
federal law, permits recording telephone calls and in-person conversation with the consent of at least one of the parties. This is called a one-party consent law. Under one-party consent law, you can record a phone call or conversation so long as you are a party to the conversation, which I was. That's federal law. And state law also. So, you didn't have a legal leg to stand on in the first place.
Okay.
Second of all,
Mike,
if it was invasion of privacy, that'd be like taking a picture of you exposed in the bathroom and posting it online. That's invasion of privacy. But I don't do that.
anyway, let's continue here. The phone call incident, yes. That happened right after the birthday incident.
Did Max ever talk about that recording? Did he ever hear about it?
Max doesn't know about that. Like I said, that's between you and Max. I'm not going to get involved in that.
I did tell Max that happened, that he sounded crazy over the phone and I couldn't understand what he was saying. And Max thought it was funny. That was only over Facebook Messenger, which I since have been blocked so I can't get the message out. When he mentioned that it happened.
Let's resume. Then September came in. nothing happened on that day, right? Nothing happened in September, right?
Start of the school year,
Not the school year.
I was very, very busy with work.
So was I.
We only hung out maybe a few times there. Maybe once. We played the Cards Against Humanity near the end of September.
Yes, we did. Then October came in.
In October, that's when the birthday incident happened, and the crap hit the fan.
Right. So then you called, and you and Cam called Matt, and then Matt didn't want to talk. Then I get the phone call from him.
Right. And then we spent the next 6 months going back and forth. You were on their side, we were on our side, and we had to talk to Matt since you were apparently either dragged into it or you. Well, it sounded at first. It sounded like you were acting like you were already automatically on their side, talking about, oh, they told you all this, this, and that. And now you're mad at me. You're mad at Cam. We're mad at all us. I'm like, well, excuse me. Don't everyone blame me for all the problems at once when I didn't even do. I wasn't even doing anything criminal. I wasn't even being that much of a. I wasn't even being a jerk to them. All I did was call them out and say, hey, that wasn't nice to be that rude at Cam's birthday party. And then ask him, why did you do it? And they didn't want to give me a response.
That's when he called me.
Yeah. Like, oh, what? They don't like it if they get caught doing something wrong? Held accountable, was the term. And then during that few months, then we had periods where it seemed like if I did say something, somehow Max or somebody got wind of it, and then it was as if they attempted to try to use my words against me, but twisted it all up. But when they tried to do it, it didn't sound right. So I'm like, if they're going to do that, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to remain silent. I'm just going to listen. I will only speak if I have to. So, during that time, when they kept using your phone to complain to us that they wouldn't do it themselves,
Yeah, they never call us by their phone.
they wouldn't call us through their phone, they wouldn't talk to us on Facebook because they just cut us off, blocked us on their phones, blocked us on their Facebooks, and refused to apologize. Refused to even hear us out.
Let's wait a minute. Let's go back here a little bit. You went too far back here. You went way too far. Let's go back a little bit here. If I recall correctly, did you or did you not get Matt Kaczynski involved?
That was only until after it was just going on too long.
Yeah, we didn't do that until
If they would
January.
have just decided to talk to us months back, then I wouldn't have been involved.
There'd be no need for it.
There would have been no need of it. But since at the time it seemed like that it was just going way too far, and you were pulling on their side, we had to get something on our side.
John even stop and ask, was I on their side?
We occasionally tried to do that. You
And at
either
the time, you weren't listening to us.
exactly. You weren't listening to us, so we couldn't
So we couldn't say anything about
say
it.
anything.
So you got Matt involved.
Now, I told you before, he joined by choice.
We talked to him, and he decided to join.
We did not drag him
Help us
into it.
out.
We just described what our problem was. We asked him politely if he could help.
And that's what he's doing. He's helping.
So he said yes.
And
He said
chose,
yes.
Yeah, and he chose to say yes. He'll help. That's why he wanted to get more information about
What happened?
what happened. And then, more time went on, he just got so busy with his work, he couldn't do much about it. Occasionally got to talk to you, hear from you, or whatever else we updated him about that was relayed from you through your phone or what they were saying through you. Which that's when we started saying you started sounding like a spokesperson or being their mouthpiece.
Because we never hear from them. It was always from you what they wanted to say to us.
So it became a more of a every time you spoke, it was a he said, she said argument. You know, Max said this. Koenig said this. Harry said that. And I want to hear what Bashir said.
But it was mostly Max.
It was mostly what Max was saying, blah 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 blah, and then you just talking right back to me like a parrot, with paraphrasing.
Okay, now I'm gonna stop you there. One, okay. Let me recap here. Let me help you recap. When Matt said yes, he went in more detail of what happened. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all fill him in on the detail of what happened?
We told him on side as much as we could, yes.
And what did he say when you guys told him?
He needs to talk to the other people. He needs to talk to you to pick up and get some information from Max and Koenig.
That's what we ran into.
Koenig!
Yeah. But then we reached an impasse. We couldn't get information straight from the source because Max had blocked us. Matt couldn't talk to Max directly, and it was most certainly doubtful Max was willing to talk to him because he was already against the idea of talking to anybody about it and then, strictly sticking to his opinion and his own version of events that were incorrect.
It still is incorrect. As far as I
Max
know.
is being too stubborn to even admit there's a possibility he probably should apologize. He's too stubborn to want to bother mending friendship. In fact, as you saw, he went the opposite direction. He was so stubborn that he became foolishly stubborn. He went on the path of destruction to continue making it worse. And that's when it got to a point where not only did when he was frustrated to everyone around him, but then he started personally insulting you. That's when you finally had enough of it. When he started being all out rude, even when he started, he was still kind of mad, but then it wasn't until he finally insulted you on a personal basis did you finally see what we've been telling you, the truth, all along. Max was a huge jerk and wasn't interested in mending this friendship. Wasn't even going to try.
You jumped ahead again.
That's sort of summarized.
You could have said that to Aunt I finished first.
Go ahead.
Okay, but Matt messaged me and I talked to him. Then Max saw the messages, and then that's when Max messaged Matt. Matt kind of figured it wasn't me messaging him. He kind of figured it was Max.